Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode. A little bit different today. I bought a new car and I'm going to tell you all about it. It's a 2000 Bentley Arnage red label, and this is actually a bit of a weird purchase because I used to own this car. I had it about a year ago and sold it to someone. I'll tell you the story. And basically he contacted me a couple of weeks ago and said he's now looking to sell it. Are you interested in buying? And I had always said to him that, you know, when it comes up for sale again, let me know. I'd like first refusal. And so we agreed a price and I bought it off him. And as I sold it to him, he then said to me, when you come to sell it, I want first refusal. So I was really chuffed, you know, that he still likes the car, but you know, for whatever reason, he needed to sell it at the moment. So let me tell you a little bit of history about the car itself, because I bought it from another British expat here in Saudi Arabia, and I drove it for about 6 or 7 months, I think it was. Really enjoyed the car, really liked it, but then I needed to sell it, so I ended up selling it to another British expat, and so he had it for a year. He drove it only 1,000 kilometers. So in the, I think 6 or 7 months that I had it, I drove it probably about 7,000 kilometers or around about there. And he drove it only 1,000 kilometers in a whole year. He never really sort of bonded with the car too much. And then he had another baby. They needed to buy a Range Rover, so he ended up selling this car. So I ended up buying it back off him. So this is it, guys. This is my new Bentley Arnage red label. I'll take you around and give you a tour of the outside and the inside, so you can have a look at it. Really nice, and as you can see, it's in really good condition overall. It's in Riyadh, so it's a very dry city. Saudi Arabia is quite a dry place anyway, so there's no rust on it at all. We've had a look underneath, we had it up on the ramps, absolutely zero rust. And it's hard to believe that this car is actually a 22-year-old car. And you know, it's such a timeless design. I absolutely love the Arnage. I think it's one of the most beautiful saloon cars, sort of luxury saloon cars ever made. And yeah, really pleased to be back into it, to be honest with you. I really missed driving this. But let's have a tour of the inside. Let's check it out, and I'll show you what it's like. There is quite a few things that need to be done on the car, which I will cover in another video. But you can see the interior. I just love the color of this interior. It's absolutely stunning. Beautiful interior. Everything is leather. Every single thing is leather. It's just insane how much leather there is in this car. I think I could make a whole video just on sort of the leather interior. But the other thing I love is the wood itself. I mean, the color of the wood is beautiful, and it's got the Bentley B logos in the actual door caps itself, which is really nice. So in total, it's done 80,000 kilometers, which is about 50,000 miles. The only bit of wear is this little bit here, and I'm not really fussed about that at all. It's only when I look for it that I actually see it. But that's the front. The back is just, it's as if it's new. Absolutely perfect condition, beautiful. There's just no wear on it at all. It looks like that, you know, more recently, I think I mentioned in another video that the car was previously owned by the King, or the now King. And yeah, I mean, it's obviously been sat in the back, but most recently, I mean, I've only sat in it by myself at the front, and you know, probably had a few people now and again in the back, but otherwise it's, you know, mainly myself who's in the car. And you can see that the floor mats are not the original floor mats. What's actually happened is somebody stole the original floor mats from the back of the car, the original carpets. So that's how I originally got it, and then the guy who I sold it to, he ended up getting these mats in the car, which is fine for now. It looks better than the black mats. It should actually be, you know, this color over here. So yeah, a bit unfortunate that, but you know. And then we'll have a look at the boot of the car. The boot is just huge. I'll probably need the other hand to open it. And you can see it's such a big boot, really, really practical. You'll notice that I'm holding it up because the boot struts have gone. I actually have them, they have arrived, and we'll be fitting them in over the next couple of days, and I'll be showing you how that is done as well as part of the major service that I'm doing. But absolutely cavernous boots. Soft close on the boots, not on the doors. The doors from the Arnage did not have soft close. Should also mention that the seats are reclinable. Now this one doesn't recline so much, but you'll be able to see on this one. Yeah, that reclines a lot more, so you can see how far it comes out. But yeah, even if it doesn't come out, it's still not too bad. But if you check this out, I mean, look how much legroom there is in the car. Yeah, this seat in front is actually sort of set as somebody would sit in the front, and you can just see how much legroom there is in the back of this car. I mean, I'm stretching my legs out, and you know, it's just about touching. So you know, really, really nice. Now in the back, we do have these are supposed to be cup holders. Unfortunately, it does open. That's the first time I've got it open, and I'm not going to close it now because my cup holders in front don't work. So I now have cup holders, which is really, really good. So it means that I have to lean in from the driver's seat, but at least I'll be able to put a drink there, which is something I've not been able to do before. So really pleased about that. Let me open those vents up to let the air out. And I love that, you know, even just, you know, the air vents on the back, you know, just slightly smaller size. Really, really nice. There are a few things that need doing, and I'll be covering that in another video. I'm going to be giving it a major service because I want it to be absolutely perfect. This for me is going to be a daily driver. So I'll be covering that in another video. So if you haven't subscribed already, then do subscribe, and then you'll be able to see what that's all about. But let me tell you a little bit about the car. I mean, the car itself, so there's a bit of royal history to this car itself. The car was originally owned by the then governor of Riyadh, who is now the king of Saudi Arabia. So from what I understand, it was one of his cars. He ended up selling it, and as they do, you know, they obviously change their cars over the years. But I do have independent confirmation from somebody else that he recalls seeing the king or the then governor in this car. So yeah, that's sort of confirmed by somebody else. So I have every reason to believe that it's true. So yeah, the outside, it's a deep purple. I need to find out what color this is, because it looks like black, but it's actually not black. It's like a deep maroon purple, that sort of thing. And then the inside is lovely. It's a tan interior with the burr walnut dash, and I absolutely love the specification on this car. I have to say, it's a beautiful interior. I mean, you really just can't compete. Now the thing is, this is not the first Arnage that I've had. I had a 2004 Arnage T for a couple of years, I think it was, and I actually absolutely loved the Arnage T. And if I had a choice, I would buy the Arnage T over the Arnage R. However, over here they're quite rare. They don't really come up for sale that often, and then when they do come up for sale, there's usually some quite bad ones that come up for sale. So I'll do another video on one that I nearly bought. I was considering it, and it was going pretty cheap, but it then sold, and I'm kind of glad that I didn't buy it, because just a couple of weeks later this one came up for sale and I was able to buy this one instead. But this one is it's a really lovely car, very well maintained, very well looked after. The maintenance, the guy before me, the other British expat guy, he didn't really look after it that well, to be honest with you. And I'll be going through the work that I did on the car the first time I had it, and the work that the guy who I ended up selling it to, what he did on the car in the 1 year that he owned it, and it's pretty eye-watering, to be honest with you. But yeah, considering he didn't even get to use the car that much. But I'm planning on using it on a daily basis. We're going to see how that experiment goes. I am expecting it to go well, but in order to sort of have the car running properly, I have decided to sort of do everything that needs to be done, giving it a major service. I've ordered all the parts. Half of them have arrived. The other half are already in the country but haven't been delivered yet, and I'll run you through all of that in another video. Yeah, so for me, this is going to be an everyday car, and a lot of people sort of look at these as occasional cars, or perhaps not reliable. My experience has not been that. It's been completely opposite. These cars are really well engineered, and I fully expect that to the car itself to last and to do well without any issues whatsoever. So the thing with Bentley servicing is that you do need to do a lot of preventative maintenance, and that's where some of these cars fall into disrepair. They're not so reliable. People they don't get it done, unfortunately, and they are quite expensive cars to maintain, actually. So I can understand why people end up buying a car and then they're not maintaining it, but it really doesn't help, because you then end up having to backload all this maintenance, or you pass it on to the next buyer. So in my case, there was maintenance that I needed to get done as well, and so a lot of that was passed on to me, which is fine, because I ended up within the price, having that sort of negotiated into it. So I was quite happy with that. And the thing is, I do like to get getting the major service and everything done myself, because that way I know what's being done, how it's being done, making sure the right parts are being used, the right oils and fluids and stuff like that. And yeah, so I don't necessarily mind getting all that stuff done at the beginning of my ownership, just simply because I then know sort of where the baseline is, what's being done. So yeah, so really pleased to be back in this car, and back out of a rental car, especially since my Aston Martin is taking so long to get done. Tomorrow's a big day, actually. We're repairing the back end tomorrow, and that's been a long time coming, getting up to that stage where we're able to get that repaired. But we're obviously going to be vlogging it. We're going to be showing it in a future video. So if you've been enjoying the Aston Martin series, then do subscribe. If you haven't seen it yet, just have a look at my videos, my previous videos. There's a whole playlist on the Aston Martin, and that will continue until the car is back on the road, and it will be back on the road. So looking forward to that. Anyhow, signing out for now. Take care, and enjoy your day. Take care.